Alright, it's time for another game. We've got two masters on our sides. We've got a saint across from us. We're just gonna get right into it. We have two blocks, which is not a lot. No pair. Stats for the 7, which is probably not gonna turn into a pair. So it's a pretty bad hand. You could just drop an honor or something like that, but I'm just gonna go ahead and drop the 2-pin and pretend to go for a flush, because, you know, the hand's pretty bad. And we're not really likely to win it anyways, even if we draw something around the 2, for example. So we might as well head for something rather expensive, and also keep some defense while we're at it. Here, the south is completely useless, except as a defensive tile, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't think we really care for the 1-pin or the 1-so either. And, well, they are more dangerous. That being said, I'm not sure if we should be keeping the south anymore at this point. It is the most useless tile in our hand still, so we'll just go ahead and drop it. We still have some defense regardless. This one's kind of interesting. It makes us no longer really want to go for the flush. The question is then, what do we do exactly? You could drop the 1, for example. I'm gonna go ahead and drop north. Might not be the best in terms of safety, but it is the most efficient still. We keep our 2 Yakai. The west is no longer useful as Yakai anymore, but we might want to still keep it for defense, depending on how well we draw. Yeah, because, like, I would like to keep at least 1 safe tile with this hand still. Maybe dropping one of the 4 or the 7 was better than dropping a 3. Now we've got 2 safe tiles and Stealer, which is amazing. We've also got Yakai paired up. If we get a 5th block, we might be able to win this hand still. There's a call. That's 5th block. Question is whether we're really willing to drop this 7 or not. It is a little bit dangerous. I think for now we'll stop. But, you know, the odds that the player to our left is really in tenpai is a little bit dubious. But 7 is kind of dangerous if they are tenpai. And, well, we are pretty far away still. So I don't think there's really a huge reason for us to drop it. If someone calls Riichi, we'll just go ahead and fold. Easy as that. 4 just passed. So we'll go ahead and drop 7 while we can. We're 2 away now. 6 is not dealing either. We'll see what we can do. Yeah, if our hand, you know. If our hand advances, we could start pushing. I don't know if we're supposed to be dropping this 4 or not, but we're just gonna chill for now because it hasn't passed yet. Okay. I didn't realize that they were tenpai, but I'm pretty glad that we didn't deal in. Did 4 pass them? But whatever. Anyways. On to the next round. 1, 2, 3-ish blocks. That's not their Yaku. So we should be careful. Well, we should be pretty vigilant when watching their discards. They might be going for Pinzu. In that case, well, you know, this 9-8 pin looks pretty weak. However, it still is our 5th block. If we draw a 7, we're Ishanten. So we'll keep it for now. They've dropped from 3 suits, which is kind of weird. Either they're extremely fast, which I kind of doubt, or they have a Yakai in hand and they're just, you know, doing something slow, or maybe like Toy. You could check their call rate to sort of just maybe guess how reliable this call is. We might as well do that. Sure. If they're extremely high, then we might just ignore them. But they aren't extremely high, so we probably shouldn't. This one's interesting. I feel like we should just drop a pension at this point. The 3 is good for making a good weight on the bottom, even though it might lose our Taiyao. We are moving back in Shanten. This is no longer 2 away. But it's got pretty decent shapes. Taiyao is pretty likely. Yep, we're back into 2 away. The question is whether you start calling. You could. I don't think it's that big of a problem. But I won't call to complete a good shape, for example. Now the other question is whether we keep this 3 or not. I think we might as well. If we draw the 4, for example, I'd be willing to... what do we actually drop there, then? That's the thing. It's kind of awkward. Well, okay, now we're dropping a 3. Taking perfect Ishanten. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't exactly know what we're going to drop if we draw the 4 man over here. Because if we drop the Pinzu, it's kind of awkward over here, but although the question of whether they're actually going for Pinzu is pretty sus at this point. Don't really look like they're going for Pinzu. We're gonna pass this for now. Okay, that's amazing. Reach. Yeah, I mean, generally you can call for tenpai, but I felt like our acceptance was good enough that we could pass on it for now. If we drew into tenpai, we might be able to get a Mangan like we do now. If we sumo the 4-pin specifically, that's already a Haneman without Ura. I think reach Pinfu, reach Taiyao, Pinfu, sumo, Doro, Ipeko. Yeah, that's 6. Which would be pretty amazing. Is that alien? It is. Okay, that's expensive. Alright. Well, that happens. Just gotta keep on moving. What do you do here? Oh, interesting. I would like to get a Yaku, but it looks kind of difficult to get one. The most close one is Itsu. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 potentially. Yep, okay, Itsu is very much a possibility. We can also just, pair up the door and go for Riichi. That'd be pretty great as well. I don't know what that is, but it's Ishanten. Do we drop the 6? I mean, why not, I guess. If we draw more Soso, we could consider maybe dropping the 3-5 and going for a flush, but it's kind of awkward considering that, even if we get a flush, we're not really guaranteed to have value. So it's like kind of awkward. But going for this flush does give us better shape, at least. And we still got the potential for Itsu, I guess. So, that's the thing. It's Chitoi Ishanten. 1, 2. No, it's not. Okay. If it was, we might consider just, dropping one of these, tiles and then hoping to get a Doritanki. I don't really want to G this, but I think we kind of do have to. At this point, we might as well drop the 9. Although, maybe we should have just dropped the 3. Because because it's not like the 3 is safe or anything like that. If the 3 was a safe tile, yeah, we could drop the 9 earlier, but I mean, since this 3 isn't safe, it's kind of dubious to really drop the 9 in favor of this tile that isn't helping us anyways. Here, this is a problem. We can't really we can't really fight from such a faraway hand. Or at least, I don't want to be pushing these 2 dangerous middle tiles against a Riichi like that, even though we are 1 away. So for now, we're going to go ahead and drop the south pair. In order to get this hand into a fighting condition, we're going to need to find a pair again, which is going to be a little difficult, but, we'll see. also, we need to be able to figure out a way to maybe push safely. Is that dealing? Nope. Alright. But that was definitely a push. So it's possible that someone's going to be chasing. For now, we've got some safe downs. Actually, no, they've been pushing a crazy amount. Holy crap. So yeah. Definitely be on guard. Or watch out for this guy. We have potential for the 3-4-5 Sancho, but at this point it's kind of hilarious. Although the 3 is, there's only one left of the 3. At this point, we're really only interested in tenpai, if possible. I don't really know what's going on, so I'm just gonna drop the 5. I feel like there might have been a better way to fight for tenpai, but whatever. We're just gonna go ahead and drop this. Alright. That's expensive. Alright, we have... Our conditions for getting out of 4th is 2,000 points. We can direct hit 1,000. We can also do 4,000. 400, 700. Either way, we've got enough value, so we just need a Yaku. The most likely Yaku is probably just Pianfu. But Itsu is maybe possible too? Question mark? I don't really know which one between the 2 and the 8 is the best. I'm thinking that maybe this... I don't really know. Whatever. I think they're both fine. You could consider dropping the 1 as well, but I think it's still useful. If we draw the 3, we get a sequence and all that, and we can still find a pair around over there. Okay. We got a pair over here now, which means that we've already got enough blocks and all that. The problem is there's still no Yaku. You could consider maybe dropping that 9. The dealer just opened. Unclear what Yaku they have, it's probably just a Yaku high. Is that the one? That is the one. Alright then. They look pretty quick, which is a problem for us. That being said, we're also decently quick. Please don't deal in. Okay. Yeah, so now we've got this 4, which is a bit of a problem, right? I think what we should do is drop it now, before they advance their hand even further and make it even more dangerous to drop. Because it's kind of necessary for us to push here. Especially considering... Man, this is difficult. I don't want to be dropping this 5. It's so dangerous. Okay, fine, so we'll drop the 9 for now. I don't know. I mean, the 4 is also kind of... Like, the 5 is not that much more dangerous than the 4, to be honest, I think. So if we dropped the 4, we probably should drop the 5 as well. But still. Okay, Shanten, we're dropping one of these. Either the 1 or the 5. 1 out of 5, 1 out of 5. Do it, quick. 5. Sweet. Shanten, we will super duper push. If we get into Senpai. If we don't, well, that's a different story. The 1-4, or specifically the 1 from the 1-4 is pretty depleted at this point, which is not good. Also, the 1 is actually not that safe at this point, to be honest. Considering so many of these Suji are out. It's a little bit sus. Ruh-roh! Ruh-roh! Sorry, we're pushing. We're dropping a 2. Yeah, I don't think we can really afford to play defensively here, especially since we don't really have any way to move towards Tenpai safely. So I might as well just go full on efficiency. Take the Anko Headless, which means that if we pair up the 6-7 or the 2-3, we can also get into Tenpai now. Which is pretty sweet. We're gonna Dama. If we win this, it's enough to get out of last. This is bad. We're gonna drop the 1. didn't deal in, so that's nice. Well, now we have to drop a 4 anyways. Okay, didn't deal in still. Pretty sweet. There it is. 39. We got it out. Woo! Okay. Oh, by the way, I know that we still haven't uploaded a video of us getting a 4th place yet, but that's not like on purpose or anything. It's just I haven't gotten 4th place in any of the videos that I've recorded so far, which is, you know, well, that's kind of what happens when you got below 4th rate, but not this time. We'll get 4th eventually.